Evening, people. Right, should be pretty obvious what is going to happen here this evening. I think what we're going to do and what me, Sean and Dennis have just been discussing is Sean and Dennis are going to give you an initial overview of the event, very loosely, because we don't want to give everything away for Saturday. And then,
secrets,
as per the screen, we are going to do a subclass draw. So, I shall hand over to Dennis and Sean.
Oh, pressure, Dennis, eh?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We hunters gotta represent. We gotta get our capes in order.
Well, you get given the scope of, we've been running SCF as a group for 10 years, and then it's, okay, what do you want to do to commemorate it? And it's all a bit of a, yeah, it's a big old task, isn't it? Anyway, we'll do our best, won't we?
I'm super excited because we got some long-standing members here in the group, and 10 years is, yeah, it's quite a thing. I think most groups don't even get 1 year done as a clan, so here we're standing with 10. And yeah, I think we got pretty much figured out a really great way to actually get this whole thing going and celebrate these 10 years in a pretty great way. So yeah, part of it is gonna be the wheel, but part of it is also gonna be a certain set of rules and a certain set of things we're gonna do, which will in the end accumulate in another big thing in the end.
It's all
So
very
yeah.
cryptic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all very, trying to not give too much away, but enough that hopefully all of you can, yeah, really get on board and enjoy it. I think the big thing to point out to start with is each of the teams that we've got. So we've got a Warlock, Hunter and Titan team for the evening. We'll be jumping into party chat for the entire evening, all together, having fun. So all the Titans together, all the Hunters together and all the Warlocks together. And it's not competition, it's not Guardian games, it's not anything to that extent. It is just a celebration of each of the classes working together, doing various things over the evening. But I suppose, obviously, the first thing that's going to happen, which will start this evening, is we're going to do a spin for each of the members of the Guardian teams. So if we use the Warlocks as an example, we'll spin the wheel 6 times, and those 6 will be allocated their subclasses for the evening. And then we'll move on to the Hunters, and we'll move on to the Titans, which is quite exciting. Are you going to get a subclass that you use all the time? Are you going to get one that you don't use so much? But hopefully you've got a bit of time between now and Saturday to have a little play, have a look and see what you want to run. But yeah, Dennis, do you want to mention the rest of the things that we've got in terms of restrictions on
Yeah,
the
exactly.
loadouts for the evening?
Exactly. So the way this will work is not that you're gonna, jump into your vault and set up your best gear and go on and infuse stuff. No, we're gonna start with the basics basically. We're gonna start with all blue gear. Back to the roots basically, but you will have ways to kind of increase your power as we go. So you'll not stay with blue gear. This is the one thing. And the other thing as well regarding your beloved exotics, don't worry about. You will be allowed to use an exotic. You will not be allowed to run the same exotic multiple times in a group. This is one of the biggest things. Exactly. And there will be no duplicate subclasses in a group as well. So we will have one subclass of each per group. That means no double solar, no double stasis, no double anything. It's one subclass per person, so all subclasses are covered basically.
So that also means when we're talking about the exotic side, so if you're running all blue weapons and all blue armor, it's only the armor side that you can run an exotic. So
Yep.
you all get given your subclasses this evening. You might want to then have a little mention in the conversation chats, the SCF is 10 channel, just saying which particular exotic armor you might want to run. So for instance, on the Titan side, we couldn't have everybody running Crest of Alpha Lupi. Only one person per team of 6. So all the Titans, only one person can have Crest of Alpha Lupi, another person can have Kuros of the Falling Star, etc, etc. So that's the only restriction. But for the evening, there will be no exotic weapons being used. But as Dennis alluded to, there will be ways to change your blue gear into the much more familiar purple. You never know, somebody might get lucky and have an exotic drop. But we'll say on the evening whether you're allowed to use those or not. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a run through, a little bit of detail without giving too much away. But the main focus of this evening is to get the subclasses aligned. So, Dennis, anything else that you wanted to add, or are we good to hand over to John and start spinning the wheel?
I think, yeah, we're pretty good, I think.
We'll
Yeah.
put all of this in the thread as well, just
Yeah.
so that it's clear for everybody. Anybody who couldn't join the stream as well, we'll just make it nice and easy. And plus also myself as the Titan, Dennis as the Hunter, and John, as we all know him, the Warlock, will be joining each of the teams, so we'll be there for questions during the evening, and equally we get to come along and have some fun with you all.
Excellent. And also, when you do that, write up Sean and Dennis. If you just post, I can't do it. We can't do it this evening because of how I've set this up. But if you can just post an example of how people need to start. And one question I just thought of going through, and you mentioned the exotic armor. Can people run one exotic armor piece of their choice from the start, or do they have to wait to be able to equip an exotic armor piece?
I'm happy that they can use it from the start.
Yeah.
I think
It's an
restricting
evening to
everybody to
have
blue
fun.
weapons and blue armor, let's give them a chance to use the exotics from the start. Plus also, if you're using a subclass that you're not used to using before, maybe you try an exotic that you haven't used before. Just feel free to have a play. It's not something that's going to be very elitist, that you've got to have the perfect build. We want this to be a fun evening.
Absolutely.
Do you both agree? I don't want to be the one making the decision if you didn't.
No, perfectly fine.
Cool.
Right. Where should we start on this draw? Where do people want to start on the draw? Shall we start with the Hunters? Or shall we start with the Warlocks? Or shall we start with the Titans? And it doesn't have to be the order. I have listed it on Twitch. First person who puts something in Twitch is where we're starting. Titans.
Keepies and Titans.
Right, we're going Titans first then. Right. So we are gonna draw this in the order that the Titans are currently listed. So we are going to be drawing it for Sean, Simi, Kitty, Rumpel, Naya and Dean. Once a subclass has been selected by the wheel, it will be removed from the wheel and cannot be used again. So we'll start with Sean.
Good
Let's
luck,
see
Sean.
what Sean gets. Looks like you're solar.
Sounds fun. Thank you very much.
Let's see what Simi is going to have for Saturday. I wonder what everybody really are angling towards wanting to run. Simi is going to be on Prismatic.
Nice.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, it gives you a
Simi
good
sounds happy with that.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Kitty is going to be on Stasis.
Nice.
Let's find out what Rumpel is going to be running. Void.
Rumpel's on Void.
I will copy all this into Discord as well once we're done. Right, I wonder what Naya and Dean would prefer, Arc or Strand? Let's find out. Oh, that was tight.
Oh, that's close.
Looks like
Oh,
that means arc for Naya, and therefore only one left. So Dean is running Strand.
Brilliant.
Right, so it's Sean with Solar, Simi with Prismatic, Kitty with Stasis, Rumple with Void, Naya with Arc, and Dean with Strand. Right, let's go to our next wheel. Twitch, where are we going? Hunters or Warlocks?
Oh, James is in.
Hunters.
Hunters.
James straight in with Hunters. Right, so Hunters. Hunter subclasses we are going to be picking for Dennis, Brandon, Hup, Chris, Val, and then Dids. Right,
Good luck, Dennis.
what's your preference, Dennis?
Oof. Void or prismatic. I would
Void
say.
or Prismatic? Let's spin it. You might get it.
Yeah, if I'm lucky. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, look at that.
You willed that.
I wonder how many people would actually want Prismatic. Soup says rigged.
Streamer privileges.
I'll be honest, Prismatic can be so strong, but there are a lot of strong options.
Yeah.
To be fair, all the
Brandon
subclasses
is getting Void for
Brandon's getting
Brandon.
Nice, GDs. I like prismatic because you can kind of like, if you need a little bit of heal, if you need a little bit of, you know, crowd control, there's anything from any possibility you can run.
Right, next up, Hup. Hup is going with Stasis on the Hunter. Chris wants Arc.
That's what I'm reading. Looks like it, doesn't it?
Chris wants Arc, Arc, Arc.
We knew whatever Hutt would get, though, he'd be lethal with, so
Yeah.
could have
Chris,
told him no subclass and he
you
would
are
have been
going with Strand. Right, so we've got Val and Dids left. I think both are in Twitch. What do you want, guys? What do you want? Val and Dids, let's see if we can get them to chip in. What do they want? Val wants Solar. What does Dids want? I wonder if Dids is still in Twitch. I think he was last time I looked. Dids will probably be happy with either.
Yeah, probably. Ark had a bit of a glow up as well. So
Dids is air frying some snacks. Right, let's see if Val gets Solar. Val has got Solar.
Nice.
And Andy wants bacon.
And he wants bacon.
That means that Dids has Arc.
Size put prismatic so frequently in that I feel like if it gives him anything else.
Now,
he's
Si,
riot.
If you don't get Prismatic, you're not going to get upset, are you? You come second. Right, so Warlock's left. It's going to be a draw for me, for Si, for James,
Not even unlocked
for
Strand on the
Kiki,
Hunter yet, but
Craig,
they've been given it.
and for Connor. Right. I don't know what I would quite like to run.
I've seen you on Ark so many times. When I think of raids and you and Warlock, I always think about Ark.
You see, I'm a little bit torn because Prismatic is incredibly just jack of all trades.
Yeah.
It's so strong, but Void was always my D1 subclass. Solar I ran a couple of seasons ago pretty much exclusively and had great fun. Strand I've actually really enjoyed during Renegades. Stasis would probably be the one I would be least happy with?
Oh.
We're going back to D1, people. Right, Psy. Prismatic is still on the table.
Pressure's on.
It's coming round, it's coming round. Everybody's going to be going.
Lucky.
I just want to see Psy's reaction there now. Is he going to give a reaction? He's probably too busy jumping around his gaming room. Boom. That'll do.
Boom.
Right, James, who was thankfully subbed for IO. Is James in Twitch? Let's have a look. I think he was. Yep. James, what would your wish be? You know, it seems to be like everybody asks it, and you know, not stasis.
Not stasis.
Right, we'll see where it goes, James.
Oh damn.
Oh. James gets arc.
By a whisker there, mate.
That was by a whisker. Right, so we've got Kiki, Craig and Connor left. What is...
Kiki was open for Strand, I think.
Strand.
Yeah, she was.
Right, let's spin for Strand. Stasis or Solar. Solar. You can't have Void, Connor. The wheel has given it to me. That does mean that Craig and Connor, you are going to get either Stasis or Strand. What's the preference? What's the preference?
To be fair, it doesn't matter on the preference though, because the wheel's just going to do whatever it wants, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but I'll see.
There you go.
Connor wants stasis. Craig wants neither. Right, let's spin it. Craig, you are going to be on Saturday evening. Oh, these are so close.
Oh god.
You are going to be a stasis warlock. Which therefore means... Connor, you're going green. You are going to be a Strand warlock. Strand warlock. I'm wondering actually if I close that. Let's see. I don't want that. Just turn off the wheel. Just see if I can.
No, it wasn't a practice draw, I'm afraid.
This was a practice draw. Yeah, no, yeah. Sorry, Chris. Unfortunately not. Let me see if we can do that. Just string that down there. Try and stick that in there somewhere. Right. It's a bit ad hoc. Right, let's have a look. Have you got your stuff on, Sean? Looking at your power, probably.
Yeah, I've even put on the exotic and also
so
put on the subclass.
I've just brought up your character on screen. So if you just want to give everybody a little bit of a quick run through of what things might look like. Obviously, it's going to be quite similar to those who took part in the Gambit event, and it was strange. It was quite amusing because I and Kiki were putting together the Gambit event before Dennis and Sean started with SCF IS 10, and we had this repetition of where people wanted to go with regards to going back to kind of lower level gear. So it's been quite a nice kind of tie-in for both events.
So just before anybody kind of invests lots of time into builds and stuff, I suppose the main thing to point out is is kind of as we alluded to at the start. You can see my Guardian on the screen. I've got a solar subclass for the evening. I've picked a couple blue weapons, so I've got all blue weapons, and then on my armor side of things, I've got all blue armor bar on my helmet, which is the Lorelei Splendor helmet. So nobody else in my group of 6 could run that exotic if we all agreed that it was me that was running that. I don't know anybody that would want to run that on a non-solar build. But the main thing being that, as we mentioned, throughout the evening, you're going to get a chance to upgrade your armor and your weapons. But what you won't be doing is, for instance, sticking with all the blue armor or sticking with all the blue weapons. You might end up using some of it towards the latter part of the evening if you haven't been lucky enough over the things that we do prior to kind of the culmination. But the main thing being, don't spend loads of time building out a build specific to it, because if you all of a sudden have to drop a bit of blue armor for some, purple armor or whatever you get that's dropped throughout the evening, you've then maybe invested some time and wasted it. So you could definitely have a build ready so that you know what things you want to slot in if you do get certain drops and certain bits. But the main thing being, you're going to be on blue until you get lucky enough to get something dropped throughout the evening. Hopefully that makes sense. Simi asked the question, are exotic class items permitted? I would say yes, but again with the restriction that only one person in the fire team can use it.
And it's only you can only use it on prismatic as well.
Yeah. So if you're the prismatic one, you could use that. That would be fine.
Yeah, this kind of isn't about kind of being sweaty. We want it to be, the main reason there's no exotic weapons is because we know what will happen. It'll become SCF is 10, aka Praxic Blade for an evening, which is why you can run any exotic armor. You can run any exotic armor, as long as obviously it's not duplicated. The reason why Sean gave Crest of Alba Lupi earlier is because it can be used across. It's not necessarily class specific, is it?
Yeah,
exactly. I think once you've decided on what your loadout is to start with, I wouldn't want people changing your exotics all the time.
Yep.
I'd ideally want you to stick with that exotic for the evening. So yeah, as John said, it's not the kind of evening where you need to really spec into or build into. We've thought about it when we've thought about what things we're going to do over the evening, so you should be able to have some fun.
Right, I have copied all of those subclasses into Discord. I will chop out of Twitch if I get time later. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. We'll chop out the video for those who couldn't make it. Albeit I think most people probably are in Twitch. There's been a fair amount of people there watching. What else was I going to say? Start time on Saturday evening. I think we said 7:30.
Yeah, I mean, if we could have invites for parties and stuff out before then, and everybody's streams that are going to stream up so that they're ready to go for 7:30, I think that would work out perfectly. We've kind of got probably a couple of hours for the first part, and then maybe another hour after that. So it's probably going to be a good sort of 3-hour event. Yeah. It might end up going a bit quicker, but that's hopefully, everybody's experienced in running a lot of this stuff.
So I've just gone all the way back to the start of the thread. We did say 7:30 for the start of this. Cool. So basically, myself, Sean, and Dennis are going to be the main streamer for each of the class teams, but there will be the opening portion of the evening where we need a secondary streamer in each of the class teams. Might be worthwhile just setting up a class message with those who are taking part, so you can Hunters can remind Dids that he needs to get his air frying done before 7:30. And checking and make sure everybody's online, etc. It would be good to get into your fire teams before 7:30 if possible, in orbit. If you want to theme with emblems or whatever. I'm kind of tempted to say everybody should go back and run the original class emblems that were that everybody has in general on their accounts for Hunters, Warlocks, and Titans. That would be maybe a nice way of visualising it on our roster. It would be good if everybody initially can tune in to Twitch. So I want streamers to start their streams going. So that'll be me, Sean, Dennis, and then whoever the secondary streamers are. I do want to get those streams and other streamers confirmed before Saturday, so I can make sure everybody's Twitch accounts are connected to our main stream. I want to do a check on those in the background before and while the stream intro, the 5-minute intro that I have at the start of my stream is running. Please, everybody, do check your audio, and you can check your audio via your own Twitch stream, i.e. have your party going, pick up your mobile phone or whatever you use, and just watch your stream to see if your voice audio is coming through on the stream. I don't really want to be doing that purely because I'm not going to be able to check it until the stream goes live, and because of how we are running the event on Saturday, it is going to be I want everybody initially to be hopefully in Twitch, and there is going to be a little bit of a introductory video. Don't worry, those who were here 2 years ago, it is not an hour and 45 minutes. It is 6 minutes and 36 seconds. That will play immediately. There'll be no pausing, no delay on it, so you will have to be in Twitch to see that, and then from thereafter we will go to the event screen once that has finished, and myself, Sean and Dennis will guide through the 3 class teams. I think that's everything I needed to say. Obviously, Dennis and Sean are going to do the write-up post now inside of the thread. I'll try and get the draw video done and posted later, if not tomorrow, just so people can run through, watch it again if they need to. And then I'll add anything directly stream related onto the back over the next couple of days as well. I think that's everything from me.
I think so too.
Yep.
Just we'll set up those messages individually with our subclasses or guardian classes, and then let's just all get organised, and then I need to do my setup with the streaming side of things, which I'll do over the next couple of days, and I'll make sure that's all working. So exciting times.
Excellent. Right, well, hopefully on Saturday everybody is taking part, or who isn't taking part but maybe watches on Twitch will enjoy things. It's pretty hard to cram 10 years into one evening, but hopefully it'll be enjoyable.
Yeah, well, looking forward to it.
Shooting aliens in the face with friends is always enjoyable.
Yeah. Right, with that, obviously, thanks to Sean and Dennis for coming up with the idea and organising and putting it all together. Obviously, they will be the hosts effectively on Saturday. Is there anything else to mention?
If we forget anything, we will post it in the groups anyways, so there will be updates coming as well. And questions, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. The SCF hex for this event, each class gets their own hex. There was a little preview of it previously in the thread. with a lot of stuff missing, because it does give one small detail away should I have posted it in full. I think that's us, isn't it, for this evening?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Good. Thanks for all your effort with this as well, John. Like, you've done an absolute bucket ton of stuff in terms of the visuals and stuff. Even something as simple as just putting through the wheel tonight, it really isn't simple. Like, there's so much stuff that you do behind the scenes. So, thank you as always, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
No, thank you both, not only for this evening, but Sean has been in group and part of the group for 8 years, Dennis for 6, and it's been quite a journey. I actually just kind of being open. I don't know if you still speak to him or not, but I actually had a little bit of a message chat with Phil last night,
Oh, nice.
who I've not spoken to for some time. He's well with, and yeah, I think he was quite surprised. We've done 10 years. Madness.
I'll have to drop him a message and see how he's doing. That's a blast from the past.
Right. Right. Thank you both very much. Saturday is getting very close. I think that's us. Right. I'm going to take 5 minutes and then we'll get Last Wish running.
Put the name down as well. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be lots of fun. What rates have you got this evening then, John?